Welcome to the deep dive. Today our mission, well, it's kind of a high-speed shortcut.
Yeah.
We want to understand what really powers our ability to face challenges and, to grow.
Okay.
We're focusing right in on that fundamental link between learned resilience, the behaviors, and the psychological core, the growth mindset.
Exactly. We hear be resilient all the time. But what actually gives us the energy to act when things get tough?
Right.
Carol Dweck's work, that's where the answer lies.
Yeah.
And the key thing here, I think, is that the mindset isn't just like a helpful add-on.
No.
It's the ignition key. It's what turns potential action into real, persistent effort. Without that belief, that resilience loop just stays cold, dead engine.
Okay, let's quickly define that key then, because, well, the stakes are pretty high, aren't they? Dweck maps out these two core beliefs. First, the fixed mindset. This is the belief that your intelligence, your talent, your basic abilities, they're just static, fixed.
Right, like you're dealt a hand and that's it.
And if you believe that, you logically avoid challenges, right? Because failure isn't just a setback. It feels like a final judgment on who you are, permanently.
And that right there, it just short circuits the whole growth process immediately. If you think your limits are set, why bother putting in effort on something that seems impossible?
Makes sense.
But the growth mindset flips that entirely. It's the belief that abilities can be developed, through dedication, through hard work, effort.
And that belief fuels persistence.
Totally. It encourages learning. It makes you see criticism not as an attack, but as, useful information.
Constructive.
Okay, so we've got the psychological engine, the mindset, but it needs a vehicle to drive, right? That's where learned resilience comes in. Often framed as that behavioral THRIVE loop. Just quickly for you listening. T is take on a challenge or reach for a better place. Basically persist, and I is inspect the outcome, learn.
And if we connect those dots, the mindset is what really determines if you succeed at those crucial turning points in the loop. Okay, but hang on a sec. If the growth mindset is the whole engine, does that mean the behavior is secondary? Like, if I just force myself to act resiliently, push through, won't the belief just follow eventually?
That's a really critical question. And it highlights why the mindset piece often needs to come first, or at least be consciously cultivated alongside the behavior.
How so?
Because the mindset dictates how you interpret the friction, the struggle. Let's take that first step. Take on a challenge.
Okay.
With a fixed mindset, a hard task feels like a threat. It might expose your limitations. But with a growth mindset, that fear often gets reframed into genuine curiosity.
Curiosity. Interesting.
Yeah. The challenge becomes a valuable chance to develop skills, not some high-stakes test of your inherent worth.
So the belief actually changes the initial feeling about the challenge. Okay, what about persisting? That reach for a better place part when you inevitably get stuck.
Right, and we all get stuck. This is where that core belief really, really earns its keep. Think about, hitting a really tricky bug in some code, or maybe a passage in writing just isn't working.
Yeah.
For the growth mindset, that struggle, that friction, it's seen as an integral part of learning. It's expected. Effort drives success, so friction means you're actually doing the work.
Okay. So friction is a signal you're on the right track, almost.
In a way, yes. Whereas the fixed mindset interprets that same struggle as a clear signal to stop. Like, see, this is too hard for me. Proof of the fixed limit.
Got it. And the final stage, inspect the outcome. Learning from it.
With a growth mindset, you can look at a negative result. Maybe you didn't succeed this time, not as a personal failure, like an indictment of you, but as just data.
Objective data.
Exactly. It becomes a diagnostic tool. You can ask, okay, what went wrong? What can I learn? How do I adjust my approach for next time? The fixed mindset often just leads to shame or blame, not analysis.
So it sounds like this creates a kind of upward spiral, a virtuous cycle.
Precisely. It's recursive. The growth mindset gives you the initial courage, let's say, to start the loop. But then every single time you actually complete a cycle.
You mean face a setback, persist, learn something.
Yes. Every time you do that, you get tangible, undeniable proof that your effort leads to growth. And that lived experience, that proof, it powerfully reinforces the growth mindset itself.
Making it stronger for the next challenge.
Exactly. It builds on itself.
So resilience isn't just willpower then. It's fundamentally tied to your worldview, and that worldview can actually strengthen over time.
It really can. And that repetition is what shifts it from just a conscious thought like, I believe I can grow, into something deeper.
Like earned confidence.
Earned confidence. Or even an embodied reality. It becomes part of your identity. I am someone who grows through challenges.
Wow.
So it's not just about grit or pushing through. It's the conviction that the pushing matters, that it leads somewhere. Dweck's research really highlights this. When things get truly hard, you're tired, the feedback is harsh, that fixed mindset voice whispers, see, this proves you can't do it. But the growth mindset, it keeps that engine running. It says, okay, this is hard. What do I need to learn here?
So a final thought for you, the listener, to maybe chew on. When you face your next big challenge, really think about which internal narrative is running the show. Is struggle a stop sign, proof of your limits?
Or is that struggle the very mechanism of your growth, the sign that the engine is actually working, taking you somewhere new? Which belief system are you letting define that journey?